주말아 저를 봐 주말아 주말아 나랑 같이라 오세네
Welcome to 2020, November 18, New Wave of Hope Gathering. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, singers, for that amazing intro. We've got a super awesome show for you today. First off, I'd like to introduce an infamous pro surfer who'll be riding this New Wave of Hope journey with us. She's the youngest human to win the international surf title, prodigy of Bodhi, and a super famous Instagram star. Please welcome Coco.
Hashtag come ride the wave. Hashtag 90 years of soccer gakai. Hashtag live life with no regret. Hey, buddy, haven't seen you in ages. How are ya?
Oh, sweet ass, Coco.
I'm such a megastar now, but I wouldn't be here without everything that you taught me.
Oh, thanks, Coco. You know, fame is just for a moment. Your experiences, they're your real treasures.
Oh, Bodhi-san, how I've missed that kooky wisdom of yours. I'm so amped for today's surf session. Look at the people out there all surfing it up.
Hey, Coco. Watch me ride this wave.
Oh, more like watch me wipe out.
Hey, dude, are you okay? I'm okay. I'm okay.
That's Scooby the newbie.
Scooby-Dooby Hoobie?
We used to go to high school together. We were the best of friends, but I just got so famous, so I won't bore you with the history.
History. Oh, I love history. I'm pretty historical myself.
You need to know where you're going, eh? You need to know, like, your past.
So you can understand where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, well, on that note, let's learn a little bit about November 18 and the SGI.
The founder and first president of this lay Buddhist organization was Tsunesaburo Makiguchi, a Japanese educator dedicated to reforming the repressive and nationalistic education system. Makiguchi advocated a more humanistic approach to learning, encouraging children to lead creative, fulfilled lives and make a positive contribution to society. In Nichiren's Buddhism, he discovered a philosophy that both reflected and revitalized his thinking. And on November 18, 1930, he founded the Soka Gakkai, the Society for the Creation of Value. When the Second World War broke out, the military authorities imposed oppressive laws upon the Japanese people. All dissent was ruthlessly suppressed. Makiguchi was imprisoned for opposing the policies of the militarist government. He died in prison in 1944. Imprisoned alongside Makiguchi was his fellow educator and closest supporter, Josei Toda. Released from prison in 1945, Toda worked tirelessly to reconstruct the Soka Gakkai organization into a broad-based, grassroots Buddhist movement that offered a message of hope and empowerment in the devastation, poverty and despair of post-war Japan. With Toda as the second president, the organization rapidly expanded. He encouraged its members to take up the challenge of human revolution, a process of self-mastery whereby a positive change in the inner life of an individual is reflected in their external environment and ultimately in society itself. Toda was determined to see an end to war. In 1957, he made an impassioned appeal for the abolition of nuclear weapons, which he believed were a manifestation of the darkest aspects of the human heart. Achieving world peace became a fundamental aim of the organization. Constantly at Toda's side was a young man named Daisaku Ikeda, who wholeheartedly devoted himself to supporting the growth and development of the Soka Gakkai. In 1960, 2 years after Toda's death, Ikeda became its third president. This was the era of the Cold War. Global tensions were high, and the threat of nuclear devastation hung over humanity. Ikeda believed that the Lotus Sutra's message of the dignity of all life could contribute to the advancement of world peace. As the leader of the lay Buddhist movement, Ikeda has continued to meet with leading activists and thinkers from around the world and promoted dialogue between people of different countries, cultures, and belief systems as a fundamental step towards building world peace. The resulting dialogues and publications, which encompass politics, culture, philosophy, and science, explore life and the universe and seek solutions to the problems that confront our rapidly changing world. Ikeda has also founded peace research, educational, and cultural institutions with a view to promoting greater mutual understanding between people and nations. Since its foundation 90 years ago, the Soka Gakkai has developed into an international movement with more than 12 million members in 192 countries and territories around the world. In Aotearoa, New Zealand, The seeds of Nichiren Buddhism were planted in the mid-1960s through the efforts of a sole immigrant pioneer from Hiroshima, Japan, Mrs. Yuki Johnston. On November 18, 1994, SGINZ was registered as a charitable trust. Today, more than 3,000 SGI members all over the country continue this exploration of the transformative potential of Buddhism and the effects of individual change on the larger web of human society, with activity centres in Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch and Dunedin.
Thank you, Sensei. Because of Sensei, no matter where I go, I have no fear because I know there will always be SGI family around me. Because of SGI, I have the chance to celebrate November 18 together with my dear comrades in faith. For me, November 18 is a new departure. So now, let's also hear more from my friends on what they think about November 18.
Hope.
Perseverance.
Growth.
Connecting heart to heart.
Our birthday.
Great vow.
Courage is the force that makes our lives brilliant. From Sensei.
Fresh start.
Gratitude to our mentors.
Renew my vow.
Turn to the front of faith. Refresh our determination and reaffirm our vows.
2020 has been a challenging year. November 18th helps me to make a fresh determination towards the future and to never give up on my fighting spirit and to encourage those around me.
November 18 to me is the stepping stones towards New Zealand victory in 2030.
November 18, thank you, Sensei.
Hope.
Peace.
Though I am young, from this day, I will take leadership as a representative of President Toda's disciples and advance with you another step toward the substantive realization of Kosen Rufu.
Happy 90th anniversary!
Wow, that was amazing. See why November 18 is so important? Today is the day I make a fresh start. That's why I'm here. I'm really glad I found you guys here. I really want to learn how to ride these waves of hope. You saw how I wiped out back there.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Maybe Bodhi-san might want to teach you, you know, because being so famous, I've got all these photo shoots for like Surfer Mag and stuff.
Well, let's teach them together, Coco. You know, to truly teach is to truly learn.
Come on, guys, please. Today's the day we all make a fresh new start. I really want to learn how to ride these new waves of hope. Look, even President Ikeda, our sensei, has written a message to mark the occasion.
Message from President Daisaku Ikeda for the Waves of Hope Festival. Thank you very much for your invitation. Many congratulations on holding this historic youth festival in New Zealand, the foremost country of peace. Today, I am watching over you as though I am there participating with you and shaking hands with each and every one of you in my heart. Being youth is about challenging yourself. Needless to say, youth with great determination face challenges with an indomitable spirit. Kosen Rufu primarily means challenging ourselves to exert ourselves for world peace, to challenge ourselves at work, in our studies and to develop ourselves. And our faith is for winning in all of those challenges. I ask that you all advance resolutely and cheerfully, encourage one another harmoniously, and never be defeated no matter what. And that from today, you advance new waves of hope, new waves of courage, and new waves of peace from where you are to your community and society and the world. Please convey my very best regard to your family and those around you who sincerely support you. Cheers to the youth of SGI New Zealand. I'm praying for your good health, happiness, and victory. Daisaku Ikeda, November 18, 2018. Thank you.
Whoa, thanks, Sonia. Kia kaha ka wero. Be strong in the face of your challenges.
So will you teach me how to ride these new waves of hope?
Not sure just anyone can learn, Scooby. I mean, I have a superior talent for it.
Well, remember school dance, Coco? You taught me a step or two. I got it, eventually.
I remember my poor toes being stepped on, Scooby.
Whoa, we all start somewhere. I remember you as a little Grom, crashing and burning, getting slammed.
No way, I was a pro surfer, straight from the womb, born to be pro.
I think you need to remember where you came from. Let's have a listen to my friend Andre and his epic journey here and his experiences here in New Zealand.
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity to share my experience. My name is André, and I'm originally from Brazil. When I was born, my parents were already practicing Nichiren Buddhism. In my father's family, my granddad received a gohonzo when my father was a teenager because of many financial and family issues that they had at the time. With my mother family, it happened in a similar way, but it was my grandmother who embraced this Buddhism, encouraged by a friend. Mystically, the friend who encouraged my grandmother to start chanting was actually my dad's stepmom. As each of my parents continued their practice, they come to know each other and by participating in their organization. And from that relationship, my sister and I were born. Over the years, I realized that my personal development has always been tailored by my development within the Soka Gakkai. Through participating in the SGI activities, I could mold the person who I am today. I am very proud to have participated in Taiun Gakutai, the youth band founded by my mentor, Daisaku Ikeda. I remember being reluctant to join the group for the reason of waking up for rehearsals on Sunday mornings. I was very lazy, especially for waking up. Everyone encouraged me to sign up for the band, but at the time, I didn't understand why I had to wake up on a Sunday morning to have one more lesson, a lesson about music, if I was already studying all week long. After much persistence from my parents and also my sister, when I was 9, I decided to give it a try. I did an interview, enjoyed the group. I must say, I didn't like the first few rehearsals. But since then, I've been participating in the SGI band for 18 years. Waking up early is still a hassle, but I do enjoy the rehearsals and being part of a band. Beyond learning to play an instrument, I was able to develop myself, learning about responsibility, companionship, and overcoming my own flaws. In 2018, I graduated as a Bachelor of Civil Engineering. Besides the challenges to get to the university, to graduate was by itself a huge and long endeavor. Although, like my friends that graduated with me, my biggest struggle was deciding what was the next step. While I was chanting to find a path, despite the lack of opportunities in my field, for about 6 months, I just kept trying a bit of everything without actually having a goal. At that time, I was preparing encouragement for SGI meeting for young kids. I came across a quote from my mentor, that's Ikeda. I am chanting deeply and strongly with the firm belief that all of you take your places on the world stage. You will shine as champions in all different fields. Please have big dreams, and please study, play, and grow with lots of energy. I realized I was being trapped by my circumstances, not believing in myself, and I needed to have bigger dreams. I made a list of some of my goals, including my professional goals, to have the experience of living abroad and to lead a company that can somehow contribute positively to society. Sometimes we may get lost in our daily routines and forget about the big dreams that we once had. Or maybe we stop believing that we are capable of achieving them. But my mentor never stopped believing in me. Given my Japanese ancestry, my plan was to study in Japan. But once again, the obstacles were there, not knowing the language or not finding the right course. Despite all of that, I couldn't retreat. At the time, my continuous effort to find a path, I discovered New Zealand, a country that I barely heard about before, but ticked all the boxes for what I was looking for. After much consideration and support of my parents, I decided to come to New Zealand to study a postgraduate diploma in construction management at the University of Auckland. I arrived here in July of 2019, carrying only my luggage and knowing no one but a couple of people that I only talked through the phone. I started this new adventure. I got myself out of the comfort zone, living for the first time by myself in a place with a different language and a different culture. On one of the first weekends here, I made the decision to go to the SGI Center so I could carry my practice with the local organization. I remember being a cloudy and rainy day where I had to take a bus from the CBD to arrive where an event like this was happening. I was introduced to some members, which later on became my Soka family here in New Zealand. They supported me in every aspect of my new life. Sometimes I feel that I have known them for a long time. In November last year, while I was still studying, one of these friends helped me to find a job as a civil engineer here, where it's so hard to get into the industry without local experience or not knowing anyone. Since then, despite the many challenges we all face this year, I could accumulate many victories. The most recent of them is graduating last week and being granted a 3 years opening work visa. My decision from now on is to continue challenging myself to achieve all my goals without ever abandoning the Buddhist practice and my mentor, wherever I am. I am determined to help others to believe in their innate potential. I will create new ways of hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. You have such big dreams, and I love how you took so much effort to really challenge yourself and really persevere. Just like my old friend here is persevering so hard.
This is so hard. I can't even get up off the ground.
Come on, Scooby the newbie. You can do it. Straighten your back. And come on, tuck in your tummy. Oh, you think this is hard? You should see the gym boys and how hard they practice to achieve some amazing feats.
I saw it coming from the day that we met. Always the one who sailed the ship into red. My life is littered by a trail of regret. Will you come back now? Hello, it's me.
7:59 a.m.
Camping.
Few inches later.
Later to Sote.
Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to study from discussions on youth. So we're going to study the topic believing in yourself and working hard. So President Ikeda says, each of us is different, but we are all alike in that we all possess tremendous potential. The truth is that you can do almost anything if you set your mind to it. Most important is that you never lose confidence in yourself and thereby limit your potential.
Hey Nico. Are you sleeping? No, I'm good. I know everything. Okay.
Or whatever. So to anyone, if you have any questions, how about you, Alex?
The study was good, Jadin.
Alright, thanks for the study, Jatin. Let's go do some warm-up, guys. Let's go.
Much later.
Alright, gym boy, stretching time. Left hand across. Change. Alright, rotate your hips. Give it one big turn.
I got muscles like Superman trainer. Real rare like Super Saiyan Mega. I jump, stomp on Lucifer's stage. Now I got a few rings on Jupiter's cage.
Whoa, looking at my drip, looking at your drip. Whoa, mommy, look at me. Oh, I'm killing it. Whoa, swinging side to side and I'm killing that. Whoa, damn, your girl so fine, but her breath is like whoa. She say she wanna dance, but she don't know how to. Whoa,
hey, hit that whoa. That my rip, dude.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we came together. All of us. We struggled. We challenged. And we lost hope. Today, we have a chance to take it all back. Know your teams, know your missions. Bring out your strength, bring out your faith. We have one opportunity. No mistakes, no do-overs. Most of us have never done this before, but that doesn't mean we cannot succeed. Be careful. Look out for each other. This is the fight of our lives, and we're gonna win. Whatever it takes. Jim Boy.
Man, that was impressive, Gym Boys. You know what? I think I got this.
You got it, man.
Whoa, that's pretty impressive, Scooby. You're on your way to riding your first wave.
That was amazing. I can't wait to be an experienced rider. But first, we've got a real experienced rider who's going to talk about the impact the organization's had on his life. Please welcome Ian.
Hey everyone, I'm catching the wave with you today to explain what has kept me going in this practice over the years, and it's been a lot of years, as well as why there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that our organization, SGI, is so relevant in today's world. Don't worry, I'm not going to get too philosophical, as when I was starting out in the practice, I wasn't doing so for world peace or humanitarian reasons. Marrying into a solid Japanese Gakkai family was always going to have a major influence on my fortunes, and I learned many great lessons from them and the members I came to associate with. But if I had to point to one reason I kept going, it would probably have to be my wife, whose unwavering support since day one has helped me through many a crisis, and whose wisdom taught me that if you're looking for someone to change your life, then you'd better take a good look in the mirror. In those early years, Gongyo was much longer, and we read the whole of the Juriel lifespan chapter, not the shortened version we have today. Setsuko had me recite it in its entirety, which took me 90 minutes in the morning and 60 minutes at night, and that's before any daimoku. This became my daily routine, and initially I hated it, but extra big efforts always result in extra big outcomes, and before long, I was cashing in on lots of benefits, and that habit of morning and evening gongyo and daimoku cemented itself as a natural routine, which has never left me. That probably wouldn't have happened without Setsuko, though. So what I want to say is, I think we all need a supportive friend or wife or husband, someone who's ready to give you their maximum attention before you're ready to give up. And of course, she also introduced me to the works of a guy called Daisaku Ikeda. And although I initially thought she was a bit over the top, calling him sensei and constantly raving about him, the connection she had with him somehow spilled over to me. By and by, her enthusiasm for all things Buddhist changed my perception, and I started seeing President Ikeda and the stuff he was talking about as the real deal, and something that was worth investing my time. So point number one, don't underestimate the value of having a good Buddhist friend. Now, as to why I absolutely believe that the philosophy and practice of SGI is so completely relevant in today's world, it's because it really fundamentally changes people for the better. As stated, I wasn't trying to change the world when I started, but bit by bit, I began to consider how I might do something better for it. Insignificant, perhaps, but when all you've really cared about is your own well-being, it's kind of big. Anyway, it gave me that little speck of light at the end of the tunnel, something to focus on in the dark times. That's important because after a while, you'll come to see that the effect this has on your life and the lives of others, and that is the most valuable treasure there is. Secondly, like many of you, I was once excessively concerned with how the world viewed me, and I tried to mold myself to suit its preferences. Fears and inadequacies held me on that course, and it took faith, practice, and study and time, but eventually I came to embrace the uniqueness of me and the potential for limitless opportunity. Neither fears nor failures write the script anymore, and the working title is more like, I'm happy with the person I'm evolving into, and I'm not tempted by the promises of something I already possess. Now that's empowerment and the bricks and mortar of my hopes and dreams. Thirdly, we all need something solid to anchor ourselves to, as aside from the inner essence of our being, whatever else we have in our possession has a shelf life. The crazy thing is, the world, obsessed with the perishable goods of fame and fortune, says this is how one measures success and happiness. Well, not everyone's happy with what has become this currency of the times, though. And as those foundations erode, one needs a truth and real identity. Each of you are already blessed with that insight, and that's why your life shines and why people are attracted to such light. That's the genesis of wisdom, which we express as compassion. And surely that's why Buddhism is so relevant to the world, because if people like you and I are being motivated at our core to want others to feel the same, to be happy and enjoy and have the confidence to dream of a good life, well, that's a wonderful thing. You and I becoming happy is the cause for those around us to do likewise. And we don't even need to try and double guess how it's going to happen. All that's necessary is to open the door of possibility with our gongyo and daimoku. Walk through it, guided by our studies, and make a conscious choice to inspire others to open the doors to this universe themselves. As you progress, you'll come up with your own way of being an authentic you and develop the confidence and wherewithal to make good stuff happen. Today's world needs this kind of tonic more than ever and cries out for you and I to generously spread it around. So let's take a chance on faith. It's one of the most courageous things we as individuals can ever do. You'll have no regrets. In taking on that challenge, you'll be able to find your true self and see the incalculable value of your existence. Then, fully empowered and guided by the compass of your wisdom, you'll also get to where you want to go and make a precious, beautiful difference in this world. Thank you.
Man, I'm pumped. After that experience, I'm pretty sure I can do it too.
Whoa, thank you, dude. What a ride. What an epic journey. Such a heartfelt, epic journey, man. Riding that wave, becoming one with that wave.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure I can do it too.
Before you get ahead of yourself, old friend, you need to study. Put some theory in that brain of yours.
You telling me I've got to read all of this?
Oh, exert yourself in the ways of the study, man. Fuel your body, mind, soul with wisdom.
I could do that. Or I could watch this next training video.
That day was a wake-up call for his purpose in life. Felipe finds a ransom letter in his mailbox. No, not asking for money, but asking for what Felipe has never asked himself before. Who are you? Confused, he looks around, trying to find any suspicious movement. Then he asks himself, who am I? The following day, the same happens. Another letter, but this time the question is, what motivates you? Oh no, one more question without an answer. Next morning, he wakes up earlier. Unusual. Something different is happening to him. As soon as the postman delivers the mail, he rushes to the mailbox. He hopes this time he can answer the question to come. Hello everyone, it's Felipe here from the short film The Mailbox. If you remember the story, I used to receive letters in my mailbox from someone that I still don't know, asking questions that I still don't know how to answer. But anyway, due to the COVID-19 outbreak, I stopped receiving those letters, and now I'm getting emails. The questions are harder than before, and feeling in need of some help, I had a great idea. I invited some of my SGI friends to my show. Yes, show! Kia ora and welcome to the Mailbox Show. A peaceful world. A peaceful world can only exist if people are happy. I'm not talking about short-lived or temporary happiness. I'm talking about absolute happiness, and that's the purpose of our Buddhism organization, SGI, which stands for Soka Gakkai International. Our collective goal is to realize world peace by each person becoming happy. How we do that? Promoting peace, culture, and education, engaging dialogues, and talk shows. Today's show is all about victory, and I'm talking to not one, not two, and not three, but 4 of my SGI friends who have been inspiring so many people through this practice. Please welcome Ritika, Pat, James, and Alfred. Wow, I'm delighted to have you all here today. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
This team is amazing. You are gonna love them. Oops, I think we got the first question. Just got our first email that comes from mysterious_hopeless. And the question is, how is SGI relevant in this day and age?
Good question. Well, look, Felipe, people these days think more pragmatically and often look for reasoning and validation. And personally, SGI has helped me find answers to many unanswered questions through the study of Nichiren Buddhism. An example is a concept of karma, with a simple explanation that if I want to achieve something in future, then I need to make the causes right now. And if I am struggling with something now, then I need to think of the causes I have made in the past. It has really helped me overcome many personal struggles. I feel more empowered.
Wow, that's amazing. Empowered.
Yes. And this is what the practice is really about. It's about making you feel empowered, embracing everyone and yourself. It's about supporting each other in every way. In a nutshell, the organization and its members, along with the practice, become a catalyst to help you bring out the best in you and to help you realize how unique you are.
I've got goosebumps. Oops, I think we got another email. And the question comes from mysterious_without_hope. It sounds familiar. Anyway, it is for Pat. And the question is, how do we use SGI values and our Buddhist practice to become global citizens?
Another great question, Felipe. Before I joined SGI and practiced Buddhism, I used to think that it is such a cliche when people say they want to work for world peace. And it sounds so lofty and unattainable.
World peace.
I want to work for world peace and become a global citizen. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Are you okay, Felipe?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Pat. That was just my imagination. Forget about it, sorry. But Pat, are you still having the same opinion?
No, actually. Practicing Buddhism and applying the SGI values, I soon realized that world peace takes place not on some distant stage, but it's based on our everyday actions. in our compassionate, caring interactions with those in our lives. We advance world peace by winning the trust and respect of others through our behavior, polished by our Buddhist faith and practice. Becoming global citizen, well, it actually, starts with nowhere else but within one's family, workplace, and community. When people become indispensable people who are needed at home, at work, and in our community, that is the way to show the validity of our Buddhist practice and advance in our movement for world peace.
Wow, that's amazing to know we can every day do our contribution for a better world. Oh, I think we got another question, and there we go. Got a question from mysterious_almost hopeful. And he wants to know what victory means to you, James.
Right, I'm glad you asked. Usually when one scores a victory, we can clearly measure it. In sports, for example, the team that scores the most points wins. And in an exam, a score of 90 or above earns you an A. In Buddhist perspective, Nichiren Daishonin teaches, Buddhism primarily concerns itself with victory or defeat. So to me, victory does not mean any competition with anyone. It means to win over my own devilish function, that is the negative tendencies within my life, an environment that seeks to divide people and cause harm to myself and others. Victory to me means also having the courage to accept and recognize my own weaknesses, and to trust that I myself have the inherent potential to become happy, no matter what circumstance I might face. Through my Buddhist practice, SGI President Ikeda describes this process as a struggle between constructive and destructive forces, between the energy toward order and harmony and the turbulence leading to disorder and chaos, between the power of compassion that unites and the power of hate that sunders, between hope and despair. And when I'm stuck and struggling the most, I would seek out for my mentor's guidance and encouragement.
So I'm sure Mysterious has got some hope now. Oh, got a message. Mysterious_hopeness says, yes, indeed. Wow, we got some. I've got a question. Life changes every day. One day people's lives are beautiful, full of surprises, and the other day their lives are wiped out by a virus. How can I be strong enough to do not give up?
That's right. One's life changes from moment to the moment. Whether those changes will be lead you improve or not depend on whether you possess constant determination to improve your life, along with change your experience from day to day. All suffering and sorrow we have experienced will be transformed into golden memory, fully our life with joy and gratitude. As the member of Soka Gakkai, we believe that by chanting Nam Yo Honin Keko, we can defeat any obstacle and transform our present difficult in opportunity to full with our mission. We need to continue to engage in uplifting dialogue and share Legion Buddhism with others. This is the way to bring the power of realization to our community and the world.
I have no doubts I invited the right people to come to the show. I want to thank you all so much for making some time to be here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, I feel great. I feel empowered. I feel there are waves of hope coming towards me. Actually, new waves of hope. I hope you feel the same way, and I hope you had a great time. That's us signing off. Kakite ano, everyone.
The Mailbox Show has a new fan. Me. That was cool. And funny. And informative. I think I get the hang of the theory now.
Well, now it's time to put that theory into action. Let's do it, man. time for you to hit the water. Wow, watch it. Or should I say, let the water hit you.
While Scooby the newbie recovers from that experience, why don't we hear from Angie's experience, which is a lot more moving.
Hilarious.
I was born in Malaysia. My father's bankruptcy, because of his friend's deception, led me to Nichiren Buddhism in 1994. Hi, my name's Angie. My childhood was filled with arguments at home and visits from debt collectors with knives to harass my father. It was scary, and my family determined for it to stop. That is when we decided to chant Nam Myo Ho Renge Kyo, to change our life of poverty to a peaceful and happy life. Through this faith, I was able to overcome obstacles one after another with strong conviction for victory. My mentor, SGI President Daisaku Ikeda's photography exhibition, Dialogue with Nature, changed my life. I visited the exhibition in 2003. I was really touched and inspired by how he could use photographs to encourage people. So I decided to pick up photography to answer my questions. I joined a photo club in order to learn more. One day, some bullies fatally bashed my friend from the club, and I realized how short our life may be, and that we need to appreciate every second of it. I chanted to find the meaning of my life, with the clear objective of achieving my dream and doing call-center food wherever I go. I want to follow the footsteps of my mentor, using the magic of photography to contribute to society, encouraging and bringing happiness to people. I decided to quit my admin job to follow my dreams of pursuing studies in photography. Studying overseas and experiencing the world had always been my dream, an expensive dream I thought only for the wealthy. After high school, I gave up pursuing a degree due to the lack of funds because my father left us for another family. Instead, I started working full-time to help mom run the house. I don't regret my decision because it molded me into a stronger person. In my mid-20s, I made it to New Zealand in 2009. The supposed fun student life didn't last long. My money ran out quickly. In addition to my morning classes, I had to work long hours in a busy restaurant till late at night. But no matter how busy I was, I still exerted myself in the SGI New Zealand Victorious March Band, photo team, and my district meetings. President Ikeda once exhorted the youth, "Let's fight together. Life is limited. Life is a rare gift. Don't have any regrets. I hope you will live your lives to the fullest and create poems of victory in youth that will remain as precious memories forever." Whenever I felt tired and lost, I kept reminding myself of this, winning through faith with the strategy of the Lotus Sutra. It took me 7 years in New Zealand to complete my degree, as I had to work intermittent years to support my tuition fees. It wasn't an easy journey, but it added so much value to my life. As a temporary visa holder, I struggled to find a job after graduation. After sending out more than 50 CVs to photography companies, they all got rejected. With a big debt from my tuition fee, no work, I fell into financial crisis and didn't even have money to pay rent. I was frustrated and depressed that the financial karma has repeated. I chanted to break through my self-pity, have the courage and wisdom to overcome these challenges. I continuously exerted myself in Gakkai activities despite all these obstacles. As a result, I was offered a job in the field of medicine. I'm currently working as a retinal photographer in the eye department with the District Health Board. I'm grateful for those who rejected my CV so that I can have this opportunity to be an essential worker and could contribute to society, especially in this unprecedented time. Not only did I turn around my financial crisis with the job, together with my partner, we were able to provide our house for district meetings. I even got a pay rise during the COVID lockdown. There's always a reason behind anything.
As long as we have continuous faith like a flowing river, all our prayers will be answered. Besides photography, music is my passion. I have participated in SGI brass bands for the past 25 years. In December 2011, I was appointed as the chief of Victoria's March Band. It was so sudden and I doubt I could handle it. I was new to New Zealand and was facing so many challenges in my studies, work, and with my visa. But with Daimoku and my fellow comrades, I accepted the challenge to embrace a band that SGI and Sensei could trust, bringing hope and joy to our audiences. You cannot strike fire from flint if you stop halfway. I was prepared to face my challenges. It is really hard to continue, but the reason why I'm still here striving with my comrades is because we always take on challenges together in both music and life. We shared struggles with pure joy. I'm constantly learning from the young ones and seniors. I cherish our time making one music together with total unity. My determination is to always foster new successes. Looking back on those times, it's because my mentor and seniors in faith had constantly encouraged me. I wanted to do the same. I really want to help my fellow sisters and brothers find their unique mission in life and advance together. I'm so proud to see my once little young comrades have now grown into fine leaders in their respective districts. I always say yes to participate in activities. In addition to working full-time, I perform in the brass band, district activities, photo team, high school group, etc. Some people ask me how and why I do so much. It is because I have learned to expand my life for cause and refu and create value. My determination is to deepen my faith, practice, and study based on oneness of mentor and disciple spirit. I will continue to create victories to inspire and help others to win. I will create new waves of hope.
Wow. Wow, Angie, thank you so much. That was such a beautiful journey. You know, you're so creative and you're just so musical and so talented at photography. Call me sometime, okay? We can take pictures and photos and be famous together.
Hey guys, what's that I hear?
Oh, listen closely, man. That's the sound of Tongaroa's heart beating, sending waves across the ocean.
That actually reminds me of the resounding sound of the Victorious March Band. They had some really interesting times during lockdown. Let's see what they did.
I couldn't see my beloved friends in person.
Studying alone at home due to online uni study.
Not being able to visit family.
I wasn't able to fully enjoy my last year of school.
I have financial problem due to COVID-19.
I lost my routine and energy to chant.
I chanted 1 hour every morning with others on Zoom.
I challenged myself to lose weight.
I took up a master's paper while working.
I challenged myself to chant more.
I challenged to cook a variety of recipes.
I challenged to do 30 minutes of daily exercise.
I challenged to read more books.
I had a pay rise during lockdown.
I was laid off but got a new job paying 30% higher.
I had my first roaring school show performance.
My income and my job was protected during lockdown.
I got my license after failing 3 times.
I launched a new product despite challenges of COVID.
Helping others as psychotherapist.
See you in 2021.
Well, that was music to my ears. Hey, Bodhi, look. Here come a set of waves. OMG, those waves are huge. I can't do this. Those waves will smash me.
Feel the fear, man. Oh, but do it anyway. You can do it, Scooby. You know, with our SGI practice, you can conquer anything. Conquer our fears from within. I'd like to, let's take a chance to listen to my amazing friend Anna, who's standing bravely against her health obstacles.
Kia ora koutou, and thank you so much for this amazing opportunity to do my human revolution. This year, 2020, marks 20 years of practice as a proud and committed member of the SGI, as a disciple of Daisaku Ikeda, my beloved mentor. This year saw me achieve one of my lifelong dreams. It's been at the top of my list of determination since 2000, when I first received Gohonzon. Well, when I received Gohonzon, you only receive it once. To direct and produce a feature film. The film is called Loimata, the Sweetest Tears, and it took nearly 3 years to complete. In the small window between lockdown, we managed to have a screening in the New Zealand International Festival across the country in cinemas of the film. And it's now screening in the Hawaii International Film Festival. Many of you wonderful comrades came to see the film, and thank you so much for your support. Camilla Brown at a screening in Wellington said to me, "Anna, this film is your actual proof." I made Loimata, the Sweetest Tears, to encourage others with deep compassion. You see, I didn't want to make just any old film. I wanted to make a film that really expressed this amazing philosophy. Loimata has had a profound effect on many, many people, and I owe that to the SGI and to Sensei. 2 weeks into the film's release, while I was supporting my 89-year-old dad having quite a big operation for bowel cancer, I went to the doctors to check out a bit of a worrisome pain, only to discover the cancer that I thought I had overcome 11 years ago had returned. Now, 11 years ago when I was diagnosed, I went to see Setsuko Gordon, who's kind of my Buddhist mama. And I turned up here at the center and I had tears rolling down my face. And I said, "Setsuko, I've got cancer." And she said, "Congratulations." And I burst out laughing. I couldn't believe it. And then she said to me, "Now, finally, you get to prove the power of this practice." And then I spent many months battling to build the faith that I could do that. And I did. Fast forward to late August 2020, and I've just received the news that I have cancer again. So I phoned Setsuko and I say to her, it's on the phone because we're in the middle of lockdown, laughing. I say, 11 years ago, you said to me, "Congratulations. Now you can say it again. I've got cancer." And then I burst into tears. Setsuko stopped me immediately and she said, "You decide how you respond. You can respond with joy or you can respond with sorrow." So let's reflect on Nichiren Daishonin, who at his toughest, darkest moment on Sado said, "I feel immeasurable delight even though I'm in exile." I made a choice to respond with joy, and this is what I did. I studied the Respond with Joy chapter in the Wisdom of the Lotus Sutra. My wonderful friends, members, and family attended medical meetings with me, and they were filled with joy and laughter. I even decided to enjoy the operation. The serious-faced anaesthetist sat with me before I entered the operation theatre and said, "Are there any concerns? Anything else before we operate?" And I said, "Yes, please enjoy the operation." She was gobsmacked. She went into the operating theatre. She told everyone. So by the time I walked in, everyone was smiling and laughing, and I could feel their life states completely lifted. I loved my time in the hospital, and I got up early the next morning, still a bit woozy on the anesthetic, to chant with my wonderful Buddha babes in the morning chanting that we've been doing all year. I spent 2 weeks recovering in my old district in Takapuna and Devonport at a beautiful house on the beach, and it was amazing. The wonderful, beautiful members there brought me food, daimoku, love, and so many treasured memories of the support they've given me throughout my practice. More results followed. The tumour was only in my breast. It was not in the lymph node they removed, and there were no signs of metastatic cancer. I came home victorious. But then, the round of oncology doctors, a kind of sado for any who've been there before. Sensei says joy fades, but we have the gohonzon to go back to. He says genuine happiness is becoming happy with other people together. Now, oncology is a tough space. There's so many options and everything's being thrown at you, like 12 weeks intensive chemotherapy, 5 weeks of quite invasive radiotherapy. And in the midst of all of this, I hit a massive wall. I was completely overwhelmed and thrown into despair. Now, I come from a theatrical background, so I do big despair. I do Greek tragedy kind of despair. So I started reviewing everything. I started focusing on what I was doing wrong. I couldn't shake the feeling that cancer was my fault. You hear the tone? Then I started to feel like I wasn't really a Buddhist. Was I a fraud? My emotional reaction was so strong that I had to be talked down by my darling friend Lisa Brickle as I literally tried to escape the city and escape my life, only to discover there was nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide. And where was that responding with joy human that had been there so strongly when I was first diagnosed? At the same time as my personal drama was unfolding, a dear friend who had been through cancer herself found out that her baby sister was very sick with cancer. I encouraged them both to join our morning chanting meetings. They're both new chanters and both needing that kind of life force and hope that comes from this amazing practice. They actually kept me going. On the mornings I didn't want to show up, I thought of them on Zoom and what they were facing, and mostly I got myself to the gohonzon with them. However, in order to encourage them, I needed to be able to encourage myself. I reached out to my Buddhist comrades. I reached out for Sensei's guidance. I was digging deep, and cancer was becoming an incredible catalyst for my life. It was encouraging me to address karma that has been holding me back throughout the last 20 years. I started to see how incredibly tough I was on myself, and a lifelong struggle that I've had with striking a balance between self-care and care for others, with care for others winning out every time due to my tendency to see self-care as somehow selfish and somehow buying into that over-individualization of our world that we see so often. I started reading this guidance by Matilda Buck when she talked about being at 20 years of practice and hitting a wall. She talked about our lives as this beautiful treasure tower, a pagoda. And to build this beautiful pagoda, we need scaffolding. But at a certain point, we have to break off that scaffolding. It has to be removed to reveal the treasure tower. The scaffolding was once useful. It was the beliefs that got us to this point. But then you reach a moment where you need to discard the transient and reveal the true. And so in this present moment, when there is so much to decide in terms of what medical treatment I need to do to make sure cancer never returns again, I'm realizing that really this is a faith moment. And inspired by Vicky Yunutsis reminding me of Yuki Johnson, who brought the SGI to New Zealand, I knew that I had to make a big determination right now. And my determination is to fight for Kozen Rufu in good health, along with the SGI, for as long as Sensei has. And chanting abundant daimoku, celebrate November the 18th, 2030, our 100-year anniversary, along with my dear friend Hennity Hammond and our beloved members at the Hall of the Great Vow. and to toast a glass of champagne to our incredible whakapapa of mentors, Ikeda, Toda, Makaguchi, Nichiren, and Daishonin. As my life is opening to this determination, I feel well-being emerging in my life. This comes from actually really starting to see my Buddhahood. I'm nurturing this, and it's no longer being flooded by the harsh words I've got used to raining down on myself. This Buddhahood is not intellectual, it's experiential, and it feels good. I'm a Buddha, an amazing, beautiful, a bit messy at times, a bit crazy at times, wonderful Buddha. And here we are together, Buddhas with an extraordinary philosophy, dedicating our lives to the happiness of ourselves and other people, in fact, this whole planet. How great is that? Thank you, all of you, who are beside me through yet another fundamental transformation, provoked by the benefit of illness, yes, the benefit of illness that has caused me to seek the way. Daisaku Ikeda says, no benefit can compare with the joy of dedicating one's life to Kozen Rufu. No joy is greater than the joy of propagating this law. Nothing is greater than the joy of seeing other people become happy as a result of our efforts in dialogue. And when we rejoice at others' happiness, our own lives become increasingly pure.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Anna. I find you to be a wellspring of inspiration. You know, I've really been enjoying writing these waves, the new waves of hope. And in fact, even the good times and the hard times. Next, we've got some young people, the future of our generation, sharing what they enjoyed in spite of a difficult lockdown situation we were all faced with this year.
Hi, my name is Isabella Grau. I am 7 years old. I want to introduce this video that was made by all the YP children. Our aim is to continue Ikeda Sensei's endeavor of spreading waves of hope, happiness, friendship, and peace by sharing what we love to do. Thank you.
Be
world absolutely needs. Daisaku Ikeda.
Whoa, thank you, future group dudes. Making the most of the lockdown. And your attitude is a real inspiration.
Yeah, you youngsters are so cool. Maybe you want my autograph? Cuckoo. No? TikTok me later though, okay? Oh, young people are the hope of the future. This reminds me of a brave young friend of ours, David. Let's welcome his experience.
I am David Westwood. I am 7 years old. And yes, ready!
Stand up and walk your mum to take a So just more make sure that you were happy for me to do that.
Oh, look at you, David. I'll just walking so well.
Let's go. Come on, just
going.
cake.
Coming over here.
And that's
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces.
You shall not pass. You shall not pass.
I got a joke to tell you.
Go on, tell me a joke.
Poo on a garden. Poo on a cup of tea. Okay, I am 7 years old. I like playing. I like going trick-or-treating. I love going trick-or-treating with my family. Okay, let's do one of them. I want to be a firefighter, but if I don't want to be a firefighter, I could be a police officer. And if I don't want to be a police officer, I can be a dentist. Because I like taking care of people's teeth. I need to learn to talk and walk again, and the lovely nurses help me to walk and talk again.
David, when you were really sick and you were in hospital, and it was quite a long time ago, you were only about 2, can you remember what you used to say to Mummy? And you used to say, I'm going to be...
Okay!
You did. You said, I'm going to be okay, and you encouraged me because you are my superhero.
Yes. Hello. 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 I heard that. And be happy and rise up and stay happy and stay healthy. Bye! Little darling, the smiles.
David,
Rise up, be healthy, be happy. Thank you so much, David. You are such a courageous superhero Buddha. Did you know that you can see David on the Aotearoa Music Awards screening tonight, 8:30 p.m. on TV3? You're a star, David. As someone who appears on TV all the time, this is a very big deal.
Man, I'm pumped. I'd love to hear more from these young, inspiring people.
My name is EJ White, so I'm a year 11 student. So my long-term goal is to study a lot and be a doctor to help people that need it.
My name is Eden White. I am a year 10 student. My long-term goal is to be an IT specialist so I can help people on computers if they need it.
Man, I'm super inspired. You know what? I'm going to do this. Watch me, guys. I'm going to carve out this wave.
Whoa, you did it, man. I knew you had it on you.
Pretty neat, Scooby.
Let's celebrate.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. I can't stop the nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Everybody say.
Wow, Scooby, you nailed it, man. So, what's next?
We've got a long way to go. So much to look forward to the year 2030.
Yeah, my calendar's fully booked up until 2031 with competitions and dolphin saving and mermaid modeling and sea turtle cuddling.
Ha ha, you're dreaming, Coco. Now, why don't we really fix our gaze towards 2030 and allow me to introduce Bichu and Kendrick to share that view with us.
Tēnā koutou katoa, soka whanau. What a fantastic and awesome event.
Greetings, everyone. Many congratulations to the very successful New Ways of Hope meeting commemorating the 19th anniversary of the founding of the Soka Gakkai.
Thank you so much for making time to participate in this significant celebration together with your family and friends.
Also, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the organizers, the performers, and those who work behind the scenes. Together, we have created a wonderful and enjoyable meeting.
2020 has so far been an unprecedented and significant year. We have embarked on various ways to do activities and to connect with members and friends. Despite all the challenges, you have all been facing it with such a fighting spirit. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all, especially leaders, for your continuous effort and support despite these challenging times. President Ikeda said that the decade from this 90th anniversary to our centennial in 2030 will be crucial. He said, quote, "We must be even more determined to show victorious proof of our own human revolution, to transform all great evil into great good, and to effect a powerful change in the destiny of all humankind," unquote. How can we impart hope to those around us who are struggling or find life challenging? How can we have sincere dialogue that truly seeks to communicate with others? With these new waves of hope, we can generate a growing momentum of our Soka movement and transform our environment.
President Ikeda once said, quote, "To help more people understand the wonders of Buddhism, we need to create a universal form of culture, education, and peace. If we use colors to describe the Soka Gakkai organization, I think I can say that in the past, it had a gray tint. I've tried to change the organization to give it a colorful hue," unquote. In the past 50+ years, SGI New Zealand has grown to add colors to the organization and our activities. To use a jargon in computer graphic or photography, how can we grow to an even better color depth? Remember, in the old days, computer monitor can only display 256 colors. A color depth that is not enough to show a realistic photo. Today's computer can display 16 million colors and more. With a better color depth, we are able to expand our network of like-minded people and infuse the humanistic philosophy of Buddhism into the society.
From today onwards, let's start fresh and let's make our own personal determination towards 2030. Now is the time to return to our essential point of carrying out our human revolution and taking action. Thanks so much, everyone, for today. Stay well and safe.
Thank you, and once again, many congratulations.
The oceans, not barriers, but bridges of water connecting countries. In his book, The Geography of Human Life, First Soka Gakkai President Tsunetsaburo Makiguchi, an educator and geographer, declared that Aotearoa, New Zealand, surrounded by ocean, is the centre of the water hemisphere, a place from where waves of peace will ripple out to the world. This affirms New Zealand's role at the forefront of uniting the hearts of people around the globe. 3 decades after publishing this book, Makiguchi was forcefully arrested for refusing to accept the Shinto talisman or recant his faith, and ultimately succumbed to the harsh privations of prison on November 18, 1944. His direct disciple, second President Josei Toda, who was released from the prison in 1945, stood up alone post-war to uphold the banner of justice. In 1945, at the first memorial ceremony of Makiguchi's passing, Toda recalled his mentor and declared his vow. My mentor left the prison gates only in death. I, his unworthy disciple, walked out alive. What I must do now is obvious. I now declare, even if no one lifts a finger to help me, I, Toda, will achieve Kosen Rufu. My mentor, sleeping in the earth, forgive me. As your true follower, I'll devote my life to our cause and then return to you. Inheriting Toda's spirit, the third president Daisaku Ikeda stood up and for the past 60 years has expanded his mentor's vision for worldwide Kosen Rufu. Towards the end of his serialized novel, The New Human Revolution, Ikeda calls out to us. The development of Kosen Rufu depends on the existence of genuine disciples. As long as there is a core of youth, no, even a single true disciple, we will achieve Kosen Rufu. Who has been that one disciple? Who has given his life to spreading Nichiren Buddhism around the world just as Mr. Toda taught? I am proud and confident to say that I am that one disciple. Let's set forth together. As long as we live, let's fight. Across Aotearoa, we are the ones to create the new waves of hope.
Clouds filling the moonlight, drifting in the dark night, searching for the light, refusing to give in. The first to see the sunrise, illuminating the dark skies, revealing the strength existing within me. Sailing in the vast blue ocean, facing rows of the raging sea. No matter how hard it may be, still I am not defeated. Now is the time to stand up alone. I am the one creating waves of hope. Now is the time
Man, I've really been inspired, you guys, to not be afraid and ride these new waves of hope with renewed determination.
I've learned that things are not what they seem to be, that actually everyone has the potential to grow and do cool things with faith and perseverance and a lot of good support around them, like amazing pro surfers and the SGI.
I've had a revelation, man, like an inspiration, really clear. We're made of water, so together we're an ocean, which means we are the wave, man. Deep.
Wow. That's profound, Bodhi-san.
Anyway, a big thank you to all of the participants who've tuned in today. Thank you so much.
It was so lovely to see you. Please take care and stay safe.
Ride those waves, man.
And now, let's dance!
Clouds veiling the moonlight, drifting in the dark night, searching for the light, refusing to give in.
The first to see the sunrise, illuminating the dark skies, revealing the strength existing within me.